All right, I'm gonna get into this. If anyone's there, welcome. I'm just kind of doing like a quick. I don't want to say quick. I want to give you guys an inside look at like where my mind's at right now with the game. We're tracking very well, and I'll be honest. We have a gem. We know we do. The fans know we do. The feedback has been amazing, and it's really hard to kind of like set your ego aside and say, the fans aren't saying that your game is bad. The fans are telling you their pain points and what you need to fix to make it the best. They see the vision, they see what you see, and they want it too. So, this is going to be really raw and honest, and a good look at where we're at, what we're doing. A little bit of live dev, a little bit of just playing around, talking to you guys. We want to look at how you guys have been responding. 17 reviews on a game that just launched 10 days ago or something, and having streamers play it, people responding on TikTok to it. It's a super rare launch, and I would say we've probably been doing things 85% correctly to get where we are. And you know what? This is just a long documentary, a long process. Zola Mark, thank you so much for the follow. We are on the Purple app. And what I'm saying is, I want to take a look at and read a couple of these Steam reviews. To get 17 Steam reviews within like 10 days is super good signaling. So we have a push goal to get to 5,000 wish lists by mid-June when Steam Fest hits. That is a stretch goal, but that is a breakout goal. Players have been saying that we're somewhere between like a demo, a very polished demo, and a prototype. So we're somewhere landing between there. Like there's been a lot of polish passes, a lot of updates that have gone into the demo itself. And I'm really proud of that. There's a micro patch going out like every single day almost, or every 24 to 48 hours. And so let's go through some of the reviews and just kind of see like what people's pain points are. Everybody's excited for it. They are super duper excited for it. We've got 7 to 8 discussion posts with like 11 responses. 11, people are telling us what they want. So let's pop open the demo page and kind of see what's up. So let me close this. And it's probably going to be pretty hard for you guys to see this. I don't know. I just think it's kind of nice to see my face and the reviews. So if you guys can see it, we're trending 100% positive. That is a major blessing. I can't thank the fans enough for that. We're going to go through it. The most recent review is from JF Pie 123. They played 2.4 hours. Amazing. Anybody who's playing the demo, enjoying it, have some good feedback, what they want to see change in the game and get better, we are awarding 500 Steam points or awards or however it works. You can click the little award button down here just to like boost people and thank them for reviewing. So we've been very fortunate, very blessed. That's super long, but 2.5 hours kind of tells us, hey, focus on this. All right. So JF Pie 123. I want to note that I played this demo while actively writing this review, so I wouldn't forget details. Thank you for that. I started playing immediately out of excitement, so these impressions are very in the moment. Overall, this demo shows a very strong foundation with clear inspiration from Kingdom Hearts style mechanics, which is exciting to see. The visual design, enemy concepts, core combat ideas all have a lot of potential. That said, the current experience feels rough, unpolished, with several usability, clarity, and gameplay flow issues that hold it back. That being said, this is our first commercial release. My background is in software. I can really understand proof of concepts, concepts and features, bugs, and how to transcribe that into workflow. So these are all great points. And when we hit these pain points, you best believe gameplay and combat. Combat has a solid base, but currently lacks balance and feedback. Enemies can be stun locked too easy with a little retaliation. A revenge or counter system could help. It's planned. There's placeholders in place. There's sections of the code that need to be expanded to allow for this. We do have animations for it. We've been in super crunch mode. Aerial combat feels clunky and unresponsive. It is a little bit of a code and animation issue. I need to find the right ones. We could really, really use a 3D animation artist who could help us really flesh out these animations. But we know about it. The air dash slice mechanic is interesting, but difficult to land and unclear if it's in functioning as intended. I think I think what they mean is our air dash. She swings her keyblade, not keyblade. We can't say that. She swings her sword while she's moving. It's a movement, but if we activate the weapon hitbox, it could also be not only a movement move, a defensive move. It will also put out some damage. So I think that's something that we should feature. I think that would be awesome. The blessing form is a cool concept, especially dual wielding, but it feels quick. It fills very quickly and feels overpowered. That was intentional for demo purposes to kind of give you guys like a powerful feeling of the tech that we're working with. So you guys can kind of just, if you want to spam it, you can. It feels very fluid, very fun. It fills very quickly. There's no explanation for how or why it works. The story integration is very placeholder. We have a 51-page manuscript of how we really want the story to come alive, which is good. We have a writer behind us. We need a 3D artist. We need someone to come in on the team, the right fit, to really put the right animations in place for our cutscenes. It would be amazing and very helpful. But with as stretched with the budget as we are, it's mostly me working for free all hours of the night to provide these updates. I will show you guys the build panel to show you how many times I've updated the game while we've been gathering fans by the minute. So there's no explanation really, just simply for the fact that it will be explained, it will be unlocked in the story. We're just giving you guys the universe, the feeling, the general plot. Healing feels slow and interrupts gameplay too heavy. I appreciate that. I know about it. We only just have a single heal animation, and like I said, if we had that 3D artist, that 3D animator, we could mask and blend it so while she's running or evading or something, she'll be able to drink the Estus vial, whatever, while moving, which would keep things fluid and also give us that little bit of Souls Easter egg, that little Elden Ring Easter egg. Lacks audio visual feedback to confirm effectiveness. So I don't know if that's for the heal or if that's just in general. Uh, Putting a game together this far has taken us like 14 months total from concept to where we're at right now. There's a lot of things, especially when you're in a small team, that are kind of placeholders. You leave them in place or you completely leave them void to come back to them and return to them to fill it out. So we're cooking. Lacks controls and movement. General movement feels clunky and not fluid. That's hard for me to read. I understand that like sometimes you're locked into a forward direction. It has something to do with how we coded our state machine. A lot of players have said that it feels fluid. They really like the movement. It's kind of addictive. It's kind of retro. There's definitely room for improvement, and I'm going to sound like a broken record here, but a 3D artist could take our animations to the next level. I've mostly been kind of keyframe editing my animations myself, and I've done okay, but to truly get where we need to be, we're going to need to expand our team. We're going to need to expand our funding. So big stretch goals in the future. We really, really, really appreciate the support coming in, and we will find our people. Uh, jumping, jumping lacks weight and proper sound design. So we have a voice service, like a sound effects service for her. I didn't want every single move that she did to always play an audio sign. So I set her with like a 40% trigger rate because like if I'm just jumping and every time I'm jumping I'm hearing I'd be like, okay, shut up. So it's just a quality of life thing, a general design choice that I chose because I don't want players to be like, oh, I'm gonna turn off voice. Lacks weight and proper sound design. Not entirely sure what that means. Oh, that's what we just talked about. Double jump triggers by holding instead of pressing again. It actually is triggered both ways. So if you properly tap the button, she jumps. If you tap it again, she air dodge. It's an air dodge. It's intended to have a little bit of sideways, forward, horizontal movement depending on where the player is as an evasive maneuver. So just kind of understanding the design there. And again, I'm not taking any of this negatively. It's a hard thing to have your art out there and have it critiqued. It's really important, but we have to take everything in with like a little subtlety, a little bit of like, what do we want? What do they want? Let's meet in the middle. Let's make it fluid. Let's make it right. Forward momentum feels forced, making platforming less controlled. Um, yeah, I agree, but I think we're still kind of discovering the mechanics that we have, and people are liking them so far. So we just need to do some more precise prototyping in a development screen to really understand what can we do jumping around here. Menu navigation is slow and unintuitive, could benefit from separating analog movement and button inputs. I would agree with that one. So what we're actually working on, we have a major patch we're working on right this second. It's almost done. It's probably about halfway there. We're shooting for Friday. I'm gonna release a medium-sized update tonight for certain bugs and certain quality of features, like a game over screen if you die. We had it reloading the whole game because it was just a very simple way under time pressure to do that. Um, I agree, though, we should have the menus probably navigate with just the D-pad so that it's button input only. UI, UX menus. This is one of the biggest areas needing improvement. No clear indication when inside curtain menus, especially empty ones. A lot of placeholders with the items. We have a full inventory and we're able to place things in chests and receive them as a player. They're not equipable. Uh, at this time, it's just kind of like demonstrating like, hey, so this is an RPG, you're gonna have an inventory system. Progression seems tied mostly to buying upgrades rather than earning them naturally. We're going to incorporate natural unlocks with levels and bosses so that you're not only are you progressing naturally based on bosses you're defeating, levels you're achieving, secret bosses, enemies, whatever. It's just not in there yet. It's ready. There's 99 levels set out, but they're not hooked up to any events to flesh out our ability and upgrade system. Um, skill AP system, poorly explained and confusing. I agree. We are trying to touch up every single area. Dialogue system, text is too slow. Our dialogue system and cutscenes are hand coded. It's a custom plugin engine that we actually just made ourselves in studio, which needs improvements. It's been updated about 6, 7 times. Control prompts, mixed controller inputs. This is what we're working on right now. Shooting for Friday. We have the assets to to detect PlayStation versus Xbox, we're going to put up the proper icons. Audio issue, sound balance. We have probably 100 configs for different sounds in the game, and scrolling through 60 gigabytes of files to try to find exactly which ones are being triggered has been a challenge, I would say. So some of the stuff is like, okay, fix it later. Okay, fix it later because this is more important. This is more important. Enemy placement feels messy. I would agree. I kind of just placed a lot of them just to kind of give people fun to just run around and hit stuff. Like that's kind of the point for now. Soft locking by falling off the map during air movement. Not sure where that is. I know that there's some inconsistencies with collision. I'm not an environmental designer or artist, but I feel like I've done pretty well for at least how they look and feel. But when there's thousands of objects in a scene, it's easy to like forget that that one object forgot collision, didn't have a collider. Objects that look climbable but aren't. I would want to see where that is. I know that boss encounter lacks buildup or identity. Fun thing is we just added a cutscene, so you're not getting pushed. Navigation, no compass or directional guidance for objectives. I kind of like how like Elden Ring only gives you subtle clues for that. Um, um, so not super handholdy there. Cleo shop hard to find. I'm gonna duplicate Cleo shop and put it in the town so that there's immediate upgrades available. Buying and equipping skills feels overly complicated. It'll get better. It was something we wanted to blend and kind of make our own thing so that we're not copy paste of other games. No transparency in how stats change. We're working on that right now. We're giving out weapon stats and item descriptions and stuff like that. XP and scaling feels questionable long term. It's an adjustment based on how many XP you're getting per enemy. I wanted for the demo at least to have people reach like level 10 pretty easily to just get an idea of like how it's going to evolve. Lack of descriptions, that's what we're working on. Bugs and technical issues, that's what we're working on. Enemies can fall through the ground, right? Enemy does not Money UI does not update properly. Soft lock scenarios. Strong point overall. Character and enemy designs are appealing and stylized. Fantasy cartoon blends well. Some animation issues. Final thoughts. This demo currently feels like an early prototype. I would say we're a little further than that. You would rate it 2 out of 5. I appreciate your harsh criticism because it's going to make us work harder and have good feedback in its state. I put us at 3.5 overall of where we want to be. However, the potential is high. The core idea, Kingdom Hearts inspired with stylish combat, magic, and platforming, is very compelling. The main areas to focus on would be fluidity of movement and combat, of course. Our next major patch, like next week, week and a half from now, is what we're focusing on. Clear and informative, UI, stronger feedback, better onboarding, more immersion and reactive world design with refinement. This could be something truly special. I'm excited to see where it develops. Thank you so much for your time and awarding that. It is very helpful, so thank you. I'm just going to show you guys this little developer test scene that we've got here really quick. And then it sounds like my infant daughter is going to need some assistance, and I want to be a supportive father. So overall, the clear message here is it's very important to us to deliver the experience for you guys how we want and how you guys want. And I just want to show you guys that we're not giving up on this. We're actually pushing harder into it, and that we love you guys, and we can't believe the support we're receiving. We're gonna need some expansion in our budget, in our team, in our collaborations, because we started off as just me. I hired a dev, I hired a couple artists, we got some 3D artwork done, and this has been an incredible journey. And I thank you guys for being here. I really love how our movement chains. I know we have some things to smooth out, but like, for example, that was very satisfying. Be on the lookout for even micro patches. I'm constantly updating as we go here. It's been key. I know this was a very short stream. Thank you to the 3 viewers that have been here and anybody watching out there. We're very serious. We're very serious about our art that we're making, and we want to deliver for you guys with this dream. So many dreams are riding out right now. It's been key. Thank you guys for being here, and we'll see you over on YouTube sometime.